right, so I have a lot of requirement from developing countries, especially the countries in Africa, in the countries from Asia, some developing countries. I mean, the power grid is not stable there. So when you talk about the power grid is not stable, I mean, people will think, hey, if the power grid is not stable, I can use solar. Well, yes and no, because for example, if you have a scenario that you have a building and you can provide the building a very easy installation of the solar panel, and you can put a battery indoor and the solar inverter indoor, very easy to install. That's the correct way, because in the end you will save a lot of money and you don't have to suffer from the unstable power grid. But in some scenario, especially in the outdoor edge network, when the power grid is when the node is not very big, like you know, the load of the node is like 200 watts or something lower, it's not very cost effective to give the solar solution. Our philosophy for here is we always persuade customer that, hey, if you have power grid, you use power grid. You use the power grid smartly, like you configure a UPS something bigger as you need, and configure a bigger battery. So the battery can work, for example, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. So when you have power grid, you charge the battery quickly. Then when the power grid is not stable, right? When the power grid is off, you use the battery. That way, it's much more easier than what you do with the solar part. Why? Because if you want to have the same configuration as what you're using from the power grid, if you configure the solar panel, it will be very big solar panel, and because the site is in outdoor, and your outdoor node is very small, 200 watts or something smaller, some 200 watts or lower. So you can imagine that this small node, you have a very big panel there. What is the installation cost? What is the operation and maintenance cost? So solar solution is somewhere that when you don't have choice, you use solar solutions. When you have power grid, we always insist that you use the power grid as the first choice. The correct way is we help you to design a system, charge battery quickly, and configure the battery relatively bigger than what you need to make the system stable. Even your power grid is not stable. That way, you save a lot of money compared with the configuration of a solar system.